Your writing needs you. Your creative self needs you. Look, everyone is creative. Our creativity is channeled by the attention that we give it. If we don't channel it, if we are not paying attention to it, it just is dispersed among the numerous things that occupy our days. But our attention shapes our creations. In fact, we shape creation itself. In turn, what we create shapes us, and it shapes our life. I'll give you an example, not as a writer or an artist per se, but a person who I believe lived a very satisfying life, and that was my grandmother. She was a dairy farmer for 30 years. Twice a day she went to the barn to milk her cows. And the buckets of milk that she carried to and from the milk parlor, they caused her shoulders to stoop and her fingers to curl, so that even when she was empty-handed, she appeared to be carrying something heavy in each hand. The work that she did with those cows daily, every day, shaped her body, but it also shaped her biorhythms, right? She woke up without an alarm an hour before sunrise every day, and her whole day revolved around taking care of the cows. Her devotion to them wasn't a sacrifice. I mean, in fact, she derived such joy. She would often tell me that without them, she didn't feel like her life would have the meaning that it had, but she derived joy from caring for her girls, as she called the Holsteins and the brown Swiss that she had. And each one of them had a name: Bessie and Delilah, Firecracker. That was the one who frequently kicked her. The cows, they gave her a purpose. The work gave her purpose. They brought her joy. She kept them, and they, in return, took care of her. And our creative work, it's the same. We give shape to it, living it, and in bringing it through us and from us, we are shaped by it. Our stories and poems, as they are conceived and fashioned, they fashion us. Who we are and who we are becoming is in many ways derived from these creations that we bring through us, the things we work through, think through, things we get curious about and explore, and they ripen in us as we are writing and creating them. So the person that we are when we start a piece is different than the person we become by the time we finish it. Your writing needs you not simply to write it, but to live it, because what you are writing must be lived and felt and desired, and you must grow the capacity to hold it. I mean, there are many pieces that I've been working on for years, and whenever I get impatient with myself or get impatient with the pieces, I try to remind myself that I will finish them when I have grown enough to express them fully. And until then, the story or the poem is going to remain partially formed, because I have only partially formed what I need to say about it or through it. Other works, however, they just leap out fully formed and done. I don't know why that happens. I guess because I think that I have the full capacity to give them the form that they desired. So your writing needs you. Your creative self needs you. It needs to be in relationship with you. Creativity is shy. Our attention helps to draw it out of its shell. We do this, we draw it out of its shell with our attention by showing up daily. Carve out time for yourself. Carve out space in your life for your writing. This is how you will grow as a writer, and this is how your writing will grow. Don't wait for inspiration. Don't believe that you don't have enough time. Just carve out the space, carve out the time, even if it's just 5 minutes. Sit with your writing, sit with yourself, cultivate this practice of sitting, and also allowing whatever to come and whatever comes to come. It's perfect. In your sitting, you're not here to judge. You're here to be curious, explore, and discover what's in you and what needs you to give it form. So when I speak of writing, I'm actually speaking about what is in you. What you are needs you to be with it. It needs you to be in relationship with it. It needs your attention. Being with it, your life will flourish.